Hey, welcome back everybody. This is Greg here at Descent at Best. I am at Zack's Fork, which is in Lenore, North Carolina. And I haven't been here in a really long time, except for like the jump trails, which are super cool. I remember this being a tough little punchy beginning as I start the short side. Not that tough. So I'm gonna give you the highlights of the short and long little loops that compose the primary trail here, as I realize I'm not wearing gloves and they're in my pocket. So join me after I climb a little bit. So I'm getting to the first kind of rocky section and rooty section. And I remember when this was like impassable for me. Impossible and impassable. I know there's a drop. Because this is one of the first trails after a greenway, or after greenway riding that I ever did. And thanks to Brian at Roadie for telling me about it, because this is a great first mountain bike trail ever, especially this short side. I had my kids out here when they were like 4 on balance bikes and stuff. But what I like about it is there's little alt lines like that drop that can make it fun even for a more advanced rider. So about halfway through, if you turn right, you'll get to the jump lines. But this is about the, this is about the main trail. So you stay left here and go around a big uphill berm. Yay. This is a really fun section. Now, my knee, which I've had 2 surgeries on, hurts. And it turns out the reason it hurts is because, unfortunately, my second surgery also failed. I just got an MRI and it's pretty bad. So I'm 41 years old, but I've got to get a total knee replacement. And next week I've got like, I'm going to the beach with the family, then I'm going to New York, where I'm from. I may get the surgery right after that, but I'm also hoping to delay it until December here in 2024, because I can still do this and I wouldn't be going off big drops or anything, but like I can do small ones, and I just really enjoy being active while I can. So wish me luck. All right, so I've made it to the long side. One of the first things you encounter is one of several of these little swoopersons. I don't know what you call them. Okay, shortly after like 3 of those swoops comes what I recall as being like the hardest part of the climb. And in the grand scheme of things, it's not too bad. But, ooh, rocks. That's fun. You know, if you're doing uphill berms for the first time after being on greenways, it's pretty challenging. Just make sure you paint the whole outside of the berm. Like, they make them that wide for a reason. It makes it a lot easier than trying to go straight up the middle, which is the steepest line. Ooh, a swoop. Another swoop. Yay. So up here by the neighborhood means you get a little swoop and are getting closer to the top. I figured I'd mention that, well, in the first video I did of Zack's Fork a few years ago, I mentioned a ornery crow that's always here about halfway through the larger side, the longer side, and he's still here. He seems even more angry now. Anyway, onward. So shortly after Crowland, you get the first little short downhill section. It's nice that it's dusty. It's been so hot and rain-free that for once Zack's Fork is dry and fast. The case in point. There's another rocky swoop. Just gotta fly right over it rather than overthink it and start staring at it. That's when you get in trouble. Onward. All right. First couple of berms, but make no mistake, this is not the top because we haven't gotten to the LogNess monster. This is sweet though. Oh, it looks like they've done some work on this berm. Looks pretty fresh. That's cool. Nice. That's a steep up and down. You get caught on that if you're not going fast enough. This is great. Oh, so good. Here's a steepie, followed by a steepie. That's a hard one. Yeesh. All right, so made it to the top. This is the LogNess monster. The sign's still there, but there used to be like a wooden bridge, and then you'd get on the crazy long skinny and there was like a wooden bridge that went over that stump, and then another wooden bridge that got you off at the end. So I'm wondering if this has kind of been an abandoned project, or if it's going to be refreshed, which I think I've heard about. Maybe that's just a dream, but such a cool thing. It'd be a shame if this was just like no longer going to be in use. And Brian, give me a berm counter, because there's a ton of them and they're tight, but I know they've done work on them to make them more user-friendly. But this is the real descent, and it's just berm after berm. They're tight, so you want to take them kind of inside out style. Maximize the amount of time that you're in the turn. So I start on the inside, I go all the way out, and then around. Sweet. Haha. Yeah. My knee hurts. It's worth it. And it's all gonna get shaved off anyway in the total knee replacement, but for now, not the most comfortable. Super tight. And the tough thing is you have to make sure to still weight the front of the bike, or else you'll fold the front wheel. So you kind of have to attack, even though it looks a little worrisome with how tight it is. What fun. I mean, they can be pretty tough, but they're not so tough they're undoable at all. It's really a perfect level of challenge. And of course you're going downhill and getting some speed, so that's super fun. I think another cool section's coming up in a moment, but there's a little climb. Just a second. All right. So 2 berms, the second of which is pretty tough on the uphill. Then we go back downhill again to finish it off. And there used to be like a box that you'd ride over, and then like a skinny over a, what do they call it, a sarlacc pit or something. Yeah. Oh, this looks different. Less of a jumpy thing and more of a chill ride. Huh? Aw. No more skinny. Cheers. I mean, it's fun to ride through that pit, but that was like a nice cherry on top. Also may have been something that people fell on a lot and maybe got hurt, so I don't know. Hopefully they put that back or something like it. But yeah, this is great. Like when I was first riding out, doing the short and long side was too hard, too long. And after I got pretty decent and used to mountain biking frequently, it became really short to me. And I think that's a good sign of a nice length for a trail. It's not too hard. It's not so easy that it's boring. It's just a great time. So anyway, if you have info on the LogNess monster and some of the other updates, hopefully there's something planned, let me know in the comments. But till next time, cheers.